Well, Dave, we've just watched the decision to disallow that last-minute goal, and soft is probably an understatement, isn't it?
Disappointment is probably is my way of putting it. So obviously after the game, I was unaware there was a lot of bodies in the penalty area. So I'd done the right thing. I went in and see the referee and asked him what decision he'd made. And what he said is that someone had tried to pull the number 10 back, Adkins, and as you can clearly see from the video, there's no contact there whatsoever. The ball comes back off of the post, and Jermaine strikes it magnificently into the top corner. And in my opinion, from what I've seen, there's definitely no contact and nobody pulling back on the number 10. So yeah, I am bitterly disappointed. I thought that the players were brilliant when we went to 10 men. I thought up until then, I've spoken to them and I've asked them to be braver. I've asked them to play with more quality, to play with more energy, and to play with the desire and winning mentality that they did. And they can't do that after they go 2-0 down. And they're two very disappointing goals, in my opinion, to concede. One was a long crossfield ball that was. We know that if we played long, that they would press off of their shape, and we played into their hands with that, and they break out and score. And then the second goal, Bozzy lets his runner run off the back of him. So yeah, for me, I'm disappointed with the 2 goals to concede. But in the last half hour, the players have had a right go, and at 10 men on their last legs, we've thrown everything at it. In my opinion, we've scored a legitimate goal. That unfortunately the referee has made the decision to disallow, and the video footage, as far as I see it, shows that it should have been given.
The frustration for you must be that the last 20 minutes your players put in a real shift and added real quality, but before that they just couldn't do that. There didn't seem to be any zip about them. How much of an annoyance is that for you, really?
Well, even at 0-0, what I was saying to them, and I've spoken to them at quite some length on it now, is they have to find that inner motivation in themselves, that self-motivation, that drive, that winning mentality, and that has to come from them. That has to come from the players, and they can't spark into action, in my opinion, after 60 minutes, and that's something that we'll be addressing. Definitely with them, we'll be talking about and we'll be discussing. They are a good group of players. They have got quality, but what they need to learn very, very quickly is the mentality, that winning mentality, that they need to be successful.
Because you've said already, haven't you, this season, that starting games slowly just isn't good enough, and it's costing you now, isn't it? 3 defeats from 4, and it's costing you points. So it's something you've got to work out quickly.
Well, I didn't think we started the game slowly. I didn't think we started. I don't think we started it strong enough, but we didn't start it slowly, definitely. But it was a sloppy goal to concede, and then a sloppy goal, obviously, in the second half, which then sparked us to make the change. But they need to make sure that they're clearer in their minds and more consistent over 90 minutes, and that's something that I'm going to be working on, and something that I'm going to make sure that they do, because if they don't, then they won't be in the side.
Red card for Zakwani. Any arguments with that?
It's a tackle. It's a strong tackle. The referee's made that decision. I'm not going to argue it. I haven't reviewed that one. I just thought it was I didn't think there was much difference in that one and the challenge that Adkins made on Ben in the last 5 minutes, where he's let it go. So again, consistency of the decisions, I think, needs to be better, in my opinion, from the referees. And I was sorely disappointed, obviously, with the last one, because of its cost us a point.
Yeah, will you, if you've got grounds to appeal, or you think you've got grounds to appeal, will you put an appeal in? Because that's the 3-gamer now, isn't it, for Gabby? And of course, you're already defenders like through injury. Yeah,
well, we'll have a look at that. But I'm expecting Michael Smith and Cosy to be back this week, so hopefully we'll have good news on that front. But yeah, we'll have a look at it and see where we go with it tomorrow.
Madison continues to be the source of creativity and goals, doesn't he? Scored an absolute screamer today.
Scored another absolute screamer, which is the pleasing thing. He's the one area of threat that we have within the team. He's the one goal scorer, that when he gets the ball, he excites us, and we think that he's going to score. So yeah, I have to say I was pleased with Marcus's goal, and pleased for him as well.
Yeah, the rain's starting to come.